welcome back, horror fanatics. This is Scream With Me. My name is Rusty, where I talk about my favorite movies and run my mouth about them a little bit about why I love them and what I did to uh, deserve such joy in seeing whatever film I'm talking about. And tonight I want to talk about 2009's The Last House on the Left, unrated remake. This is one of the best not sequels, remakes of a movie that was ever done. I mean, do you know that this has a 6.5 rating on International Movie Database? One of the most stuck up armchair critic bullshit places that ever exists. A horror movie, a pretty bad one. I don't mean badly made, I mean rough horror movie. Has a 6.5 on International Movie Database. That's pretty impressive considering the armchair trash that likes to slam movies on International Movie Database. But it was directed by Dennis Iliadis, starring Garret Dillahunt, Monica Potter, Tony Goldwyn, and do not forget who played Mary? Sara Paxton. Yeah, Sara Paxton. Because she was so fucking good in this movie. And the guy who plays Justin, Justin, he is phenomenal in this movie too. I felt so ridiculously sorry for him. And I was glad that he didn't go bad. I was glad that he refused to go bad. Unlike, let's say, the dimwit in the original I Spit on Your Grave. And even in the remake. But unlike them, he refused to go bad, which I thought was, it's not like he stood up and played Rambo, but at the same time, despite his crazy father acting the way he did, I think his daddy would have probably killed him there in the woods. I mean, I don't know. It's not like this guy had any morals, but for some reason he certainly was obsessed with him. I really thought during the assault scene that he was going to force him, like they did in the remake of I Spit on Your Grave. Even worse than that. Force him even worse than that. But thankfully they didn't. So that was good. I like that he held on to the end and actually ended up helping them and being a hero and being one of the survivors. So basically you have Sara Paxton, playing Mary, and you have the mom and dad who were wonderful. They was wonderful. That's another thing about this movie is it's phenomenally acted. I mean, I don't think there's an eye roll scene in the whole movie. I mean, there is just nothing wrong with this movie, provided you like horror and provided you're not, squishy about some gore and stuff. You're all right. But so basically, you have her. Her brother has died a year before. They didn't really get too much into that, which I was curious about, but they didn't. And they're going away on a little vacation. It's all still kind of raw to them because it has only been a year. So, they make sure to let you know that this is a fairly recent trauma in all their lives. So, you of course have to have someone do the dumb thing, and that is that she goes with her friend Paige, goes to see her friend Paige in town, where they run across this shy guy in the store who wants them to slip him some cigarettes without ID, and in exchange offers to give them some weed, smoke some weed with them, give them some weed as payback. And there goes the dumb thing, because none of this would have happened if they hadn't done that. If her and Paige had not went to his motel room, and Paige was a little, I mean, I liked the way that she acted. She was so comfortable. She seemed so real. Even if she was a real dingbat, she was still real. And Mary showed a lot of strength right from the very beginning, which I liked. Her character showed a lot of strength. So the boy's dad turns out to be the scumbag at the very beginning who killed the two cops to get away and escape with his psycho girlfriend and the other guy. Was that his brother? Was that his brother? God, I've seen it many times. I guess I didn't pay attention to that part. But so they killed them. A little bit of trivia: that opening scene where he kills the two cops. One of the cops, the cop that was driving, was actually through the whole series of Babylon 5. He was, can't think of his name. He was always up there with Susan, with Susan Ivankova at the in the control room, and I always have a big crush on him. But he's the cop that's driving that gets killed at that scene. So it was neat, bit of trivia there. So they're taken out and kidnapped by his dad and the creeps, and they try to get away and do a really good job at it. If Paige hadn't have been like so hysterical, I think Mary probably could have pulled it off if she had actually had some help from Paige. But instead, Paige wanted to be all screaming and stuff, whereas Mary was very well put together and held herself together. So they end up in the woods where the assault scene occurs, which is pretty rough. The boy refuses to take care of it, or to take part in it, while at the same time also refusing to do anything about it. But then again, I don't really think he could have done much about it. So there you have it. Now, the kill scene for Paige was pretty, it was pretty painful to watch, and I swear that Mary was getting away, that, I just knew that Mary was going to get away because she was such a good swimmer, and then it made it appear as though she did not. So you think that they're both dead, and because of what had happened, the car's messed up, so they end up going back to her parents' house, to Mary's parents' house, asking for help, and they take them in, being nice. They take them in, and unbeknownst to them, the parents, and unbeknownst to the killers, these psychos, Mary did survive, and she ends up making her way up onto the back porch, and the parents find her. They realize what's happened, and here goes the movie. The kills in it were phenomenal to me because they were so well deserved. When the mother tricks the brother, if that's what he was, downstairs into the kitchen, and that scene takes place, wow, that was good. And because it was so deserved, that's what makes these kind of scenes so sweet. You understand? In revenge movies, is if it's well deserved, it's really like eating ice cream. Is the way that I look at it, And that was a sweet one. The other one that I liked was when the bitch finally gets killed. That guy's girlfriend. That was an evil bitch. She was played really good by the actress, because I absolutely hated her. I was so, yes, when they fucking killed her, I was like, shoot her again, bash her brains in, do something, because if any bitch deserved to, plus she shot my boy at the beginning of the movie. Remember the trivia? She shot my boy, so I wanted the bitch dead from the beginning. Okay, don't fuck with my crushes, as people have learn. Don't fuck with my crush. But so I really wanted her dead, and that was sweet. Um, the rest of the movie, the cat and mouse, the big fight between the father and the mother and the guy, the main killer, because now there's just him left. That was phenomenal. The boy finally helping out really redeemed him. Really redeemed him in my eyes, and I found that absolutely fantastic. So everybody's okay. They're heading to the hospital. They're heading to hospital, and everybody's gonna be. You just know that everybody's gonna be fine now. The boy's going to. I don't know. You think maybe they adopted him or something afterwards, because I don't think legally he did anything wrong. I don't think he's going to get in trouble. I don't think that there's going to be any legal trouble for him. Um, what I know about the law, I don't. I don't really see. I mean, they might could try a couple of little things, but I think the parents would tell about him helping, how he didn't do anything. He is the one who let them know. He's the one who let them know. So I don't think that he is in any kind of trouble, which is good. So on to the um, overall general of the movie. Everything about this movie was great. I mean, I can understand why it has an unusually high rating for a horror movie, and movies in general. I mean, isn't that a higher rating than Terminator? I mean, it's pretty strange. International movie base is pretty much fucked. But yeah, everything about the movie, no eye rolls, no bad acting. The cinematography was gritty and brutal, especially in the forest scenes. So I liked everything about it. I had absolutely no complaints about this movie, to my knowledge. I wish I'd known a little bit more about Ben, but he's not really part of the movie. So, trying to think. I don't know why I'm trying so hard to think of a complaint. It's like I mean, everybody knows, as I've said on this channel, I'm only going to do movies that I love, so me trying to, everybody seems to like, we have to have a complaint. We have to have a downside. And I don't know what to say about that. They could have showed all the guys naked, a skinny dipping scene. I don't know what you want me to say. um, the guys could have all went down to the lake and skinny dipped for a 3-minute TNA scene, but that's not a complaint. That's just a wish. But so yeah, I have no complaints about this movie. I really like this movie. Of course, as always, you want the unrated version. But yeah, Last House on the Left, 2009, one of the best remakes of a old time horror ever. Um, I love it, love it, love it, love it. If you don't have it, you should have it. Um, but yeah, thanks for joining me and spending a little time with me on The Last House on the Left and on Scream with me. And I will be back on my next video. I am going to talk about the craft. The craft. The craft. So that's next. And I will see you in the next one. Love ya. Keep doing naughty things in your mind. And I will see you soon.